Hey guys, it's Teach here, and this video, you can see by the title, it's just, yes, I did teach that, we did teach that, you just didn't listen. So, time and time again, I hear this mostly from like recent graduates and some like 30-year-olds on TikTok. They all say, I didn't learn about personal finance, I didn't learn about this, all I learned was the Pythagorean theorem, all I learned was how to find the area of a circle. I know pi, I know all this, but I can't do a checkbook. Well, hate to break it to you, but right now, and since like 2019, the majority of states do teach personal finance. I'm in a blue state, yes, one of the biggest ones, and we do teach personal finance here in the Midwest, and it's a requirement to graduate. But you guys just don't really listen. So Myth never taught us, never teach you about taxes. It's just my personal experience. I literally sit down kids and have them fill out W-2s, have them fill out like, oh, how do I do taxes, W-2s? Oh, what do I do with my paycheck? Well, you want to put some savings, some investments. What's the Roth IRA? What's a traditional IRA? What's a 401k? That all gets taught in the school curriculum. That all gets taught by me. And I hate to break it to a lot of people, but yes, we do teach all that. Now it varies, like the level of competency between each teacher varies, but in the end, we do have guidelines that we have to teach, so we do teach it. Budgeting, personal finance, I teach that. Voting on Constitution and Bill of Rights, I do teach that, the importance of voting. What's inflation? I teach that. Basically all these credit scores, that's a huge one. I teach that what the credit score is, how to get one, why you should be wary of credit cards, why you should get credit cards, the pros and cons of everything, the paying for, that's big right now. So we cover the basics. It's not perfect, but it's going to be there. And next section is just, students don't remember. A lot of students don't remember this, so they cry when they're 24, 22, and honestly, a little rightfully so, because when we teach personal finance to high school students, I would say maybe it clicks for 10 to 25% of them. And the main reason is not everyone who I'm teaching has a job. And if you don't have a job, if you don't have personal responsibilities, this is just another class to you. It can't really apply to life. Yes, students get excited when you talk about money, but if you don't have any stake in the game, you're not really going to practice what you're learning. You're not really going to be like, oh, so Mr. Teach said I should invest in the S&P 500. Well, I don't have a job, so I'm just going to keep that in the back of my mind. But when the time they get older and they have money, it's gone. All that knowledge is gone because you haven't learned about it. So you're 25 now, you're on TikTok scrolling, someone explains what a Roth IRA is. Someone says, hey, you need to invest at least this much to be a millionaire at age of retirement. Everyone's like, well, why didn't they teach this? Well, they did. You just forgot. It's part of the system, honestly. We do teach it. But the majority of students forget because they can't apply the knowledge that they have at this time. And for the students out there, we want you to succeed. We want you to know, especially here. Well, especially me, I would say. I want my kids to succeed in life. I want them to be smart with their money. I don't want them to rely on the government. And we know most of it won't stick in your brains until you need it. But the system isn't perfect. Many of us really try hard to make it relevant. I know for me, the old personal finance books that I got were in 2005. A lot has changed in 20 years, so I don't use that book. I have it as a reference for some people, some students that want to do it, but I don't use that book. I have to give outside examples and outside knowledge. I have to create my own lessons to actually make it relevant to 2025 and the new financial world that we live in. So next time you think, why didn't they teach us that? Maybe think, did they? And was I just not paying attention, or was it just not relevant? So if you guys have anything that wasn't taught to you, or you just didn't remember until it was quote unquote too late, until you actually had to put it in practice, let me know in the comments. And just subscribe, like, and follow if you like more of this kind of honest teacher talk. Who knows what I'll do next. And thanks. Bye-bye.